Buenos días y buen bonitos a todos. Good morning and welcome, everyone. Welcome to a community that is dedicated to providing spiritual tools for living a happy and full life. My name is Karina Shear, and I am the spiritual director and founding minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living Puerto Vallarta. If you would like to join us for the live Zoom meeting, please contact me for the link and the password, or check our website, www.cslpv.org, on the weekly talk section, and you'll find it there. Today is Sunday, September 14th, 2025, and we are continuing our monthly theme of transcendent purpose. The theme for this week, or the topic for this week, is the purpose that surpasses all. And just a reminder that the suggested book for reading this month is Rest is Resistance, a Manifesto by Trisha Hersey. So at this time, I would like to once again welcome everyone, including those that are new to our teaching and to our center here in Vallarta, whether you are on the live Zoom call or watching the replay at a later time. Here we teach a philosophy that honors all faith traditions called Science of Mind. It's a teaching based on new thought and ancient wisdom. We offer spiritual tools and principles to promote personal growth, and we honor diversity in all aspects so that we can see and appreciate the great oneness that already exists everywhere and within everyone. When Dr. Ernest Holmes founded this teaching in the 1920s, he had studied both Eastern and Western spiritual texts in order to create the Science of Mind, which focuses on the individual use of thoughts and this powerful thing called the mind. When asked to provide a concise definition of the Science of Mind teaching, he had replied that it is a correlation of laws of science, opinions of philosophy, and revelations of religion applied to human needs and aspirations. So each week we offer a service with an inspirational message. And we offer this Zoom meeting at 10 a.m. each Sunday. And we'll continue our in-person Sundays on the first and third Sunday of each month. And after each service, whether it's online or in person, hang out afterwards to enjoy some coffee together and some great conversation with like-minded people. And as part of my intention to grow this center, we are inviting a guest speaker to speak on the second Sunday of each month to provide the message in Spanish with English translation. So if you know of a practitioner, a ministerial student or minister, or if you are one that speaks Spanish, then please get in contact with me if you would like an opportunity to provide the Sunday service in Spanish. And so now each week we review our purpose, vision, and mission statements. So join me in knowing these. We have a grand purpose here each week, and that is to awaken and celebrate diversity and to love and serve our community. We do this by means of our vision, creating the life you desire. And this is supported by our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal growth and transformation. And more on all of these can be found on their own drop-down page on our website. So if you would like to know more about each of those, check our website. So the topic for today is the purpose that surpasses all, keeping in mind the transcendent purpose. So what is transcendent purpose? Well, it's the fusion of going beyond perceived limits in living with deep awareness, determination, and intention. It represents a radical vision of surpassing outer limits, imagining infinite possibilities, and achieving what otherwise would seem unattainable. By merging transcendent trajectory toward extraordinary accomplishments on both personal and collective levels. And we create that powerful trajectory. So I'd like to start today with a quote from a spiritual mind treatment from the Creative Thought magazine. And this is from September 14, 2014. So spiritual mind treatment is always done in the first person. So if you would like, I invite you to gently close your eyes and take these words as your own. Today, I let my thoughts rest upon the truth of my being. I love all people, and all people love me. I believe in love, and love believes in me. I believe in peace, and peace believes in me. I believe in unlimited good, and unlimited good believes in me. I do not have a need to participate in resentment because I am filled with the love of God this day in every way. As I accept the unlimited gift of God's love, I am free of resentment. God is the source of my fulfillment in life, and I am blessed. I live with the absolute belief that God is love, peace, joy, and abundance. I am in harmony with my faith in God. Friendliness and kindness govern my pathway to success. I have a positive attitude at the altitude level of my aptitude. I am created out of the essence of the all-knowing, all-powerful, and everywhere present Spirit. Spirit is my health, my happiness, my supply, and my prosperity. My personal attachment is with God because God is as close to me as the very breath I breathe. Old hurts, resentments, and repressions are dissolved into nothingness, and I am free at last. The entire universe loves me, and I can feel the presence of this love. I now let go of all conscious and subconscious resentments. I rejoice this day with joy, and I give thanks. I release my word to law, and so it is. And that was originally submitted by Reverend George Ruffin from Fort Worth, Texas. And now I'd like to share with you a quote from Dr. Ernest Holmes. He said, in expressing more life, we are expressing a greater degree of infiniteness of the spirit. We are more completely personifying it. This is the real purpose and meaning of existence. It is the nature of the spirit to express through us, not in limitation, fear, or want, but in freedom. And so, as divine beings, we recognize that we are here to serve a higher purpose in life. And we allow truth to be our guiding compass. By listening from within, we hear the message of spirit that guides us on our path. We know that we are living a human experience as spiritual beings, continually remembering who we are and why we are here. As we focus on spiritual principles and practices, our faith grows. The more we focus on expressing our divine purpose, the more we experience its reality, and the stronger it becomes. With courage, we trust the divine process that is ever unfolding. We remain centered, affirming that God, source, divine energy, or whatever you choose to call it, is all there is, regardless of appearance. By seeing beyond obstacles and Constantly focusing on the good, we embody the extraordinary nature of spirit as a regular way of being. This is higher purpose in action, transcendent purpose that surpasses all. Truth is our path, and purpose is our guide. Ernest Holmes wrote this: if we were to further inquire of our imagination what the ultimate purpose of evolution is, the most logical answer it could give would be that the purpose of life is to produce beings who can consciously cooperate with it. That through such cooperation, the evolving principle itself may more completely express. Ernest Holmes explained it this way in The Call in the Science of Mind textbook. He wrote, "This I saw, or else some inner presence made it known to me. The universe is filled with life. The air, the sky, the sea teem with intelligence, with majesty and might. And deep within me, some subtle inner sight beholds and sees, comprehends and knows the all. It neither fears nor falters, but answers the divine call to be as one, beyond the bounds of time and space, to overcome the bondage of the human race and leap with trust, undaunted, free into the depths of that infinite sea whose waters calm are ready to receive those who in simple faith believe." When we attune to the nudge of our inner calling, we listen deeply to spirit within us. We align with the intuitive sense that beckons us through our passions, our inquiries, curiosities, those persistent thoughts that refuse to let go. We hear, feel, taste, smell, touch, see, and dream about it. When we receive this message, it becomes ours to pursue. I got the call as a newly licensed minister while attending my first minister's retreat here in Vallarta in September of 2015. Every day, I received another little nudge, messages and clues like breadcrumbs along the path, leading me closer to my destination. 2 years later, I offered my first service at the Rio Quali Cultural Center here in Vallarta. So as we respond to Spirit's call, whether through inquiry, research, outreach, or other inspired actions, divine guidance unfolds perfectly, offering a deeper insight and direction. Synchronicities begin to arise, leading us to our specific path. This is the call, whether it's to ministry, school, a career change, opening to love, embarking on a trip, creating a new project, or just shifting gears. The more we nurture our spiritual attunement, the clearer this call becomes, along with other inner messages that we might receive. The faster we recognize and respond to these divine nudges, the more attuned we become, the wiser we grow, and the more we evolve. In his book, This Life of Joy, Roger Teal wrote this: by listening to the deep wisdom within you, your intuition and inner guidance, you will catch the energy of your true self's intention to give, live, and shine. So how do we reach for higher ground? As we journey along our spiritual paths, we strive for higher ground, encompassing both the peaks and valleys of life that offer challenges and opportunities. Experiencing a valley doesn't mean that we aren't reaching our higher ground. Sometimes we simply must do our best with what it is that we have, regardless of how much or little it may seem. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stated in his famous speech, keep moving from this mountain. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. And as truth seekers, we must remain inspired and engaged, even when it feels like we've hit a standstill. Movement takes many forms, and each is vital to our process and our progress. In The Power of Myth, Joseph Campbell said this: we are so engaged in doing things to achieve purposes of outer value that we forget that the inner value, the rapture that is associated with being alive, is what it's all about. In the book Second Mountain by author David Brooks, he tells a story about a guy who bought a house with a clump of bamboo shoots growing near the driveway. He decided to get rid of them, so he cut them down and then took an axe to the roots and smashed them into little pieces. He dug down and removed as much as the root system as he could, and then he poured poison over what remained. He filled the hole with several feet of gravel, and then, taking no chances, he paved over it with cement. 2 years later, he noticed something: a little green bamboo shoot pushing up through the cement. That bamboo was unquenchable. It could not stop pushing upward. We have something like that inside ourselves. It is our desired heart. So as we continue to move up the mountain and reach for higher ground, we ascend into greater harmony and oneness in spirit along the path of our transcendent purpose. Our awareness expands as we rise higher and grow deeper. We emerge into a true essence of who we truly are. We blossom into our spiritual maturity through trials, tribulations, joys, and sorrows. And we can call on our faith to take us through these times into a stronger place. Sometimes we even forget what we know temporarily, as if we never knew it at all. But we eventually find a kernel of hope that reminds us of the divine truth that is within us all. That truth that helps us to recall whose we are. Somehow that wellspring deepens our connection to our source and supply. We remember that we are the beloved of the beloved, and that we are on this perfect trajectory of enlightenment and awakening. We realize our emerging destiny of unfoldment is the divine, and it is the ascent upward and onward without distraction or obstacle. Until the next time, we need reminding yet again. Remembering who we are and deepening in that awareness and consciousness is the transcendent purpose that we are striving for and engaging in. Jonas Salk wrote this: Know what is the purpose of life that you are inclined to serve, that you are drawn to. Do what makes your heart beat rather than simply follow some style. Not everyone can or should be a scientist. Not everyone can or should be any one thing. People need to know what kind of purpose they can serve. So, if we are truly committed to creating a world that works for everyone, let us fully embrace our transcendent purpose, a higher understanding of divine expression through each of us. And this means praying for those who commit wrongful acts, seeing them as divine beings, and sending them our prayers. While we need not condone their behavior, we can extend compassion. There were a lot of things happening this past week that brought out a lot of emotions, including anger and resentment. But let's also show compassion. Our transcendent purpose, which surpasses all, invites us to ascend in consciousness and conscious awareness in all that we do. This ascension facilitates the release of guilt, blame, and shame, and it encourages forgiveness, regardless of the circumstances. And it inspires us to practice our spiritual principles of new thought and ancient wisdom in every encounter. We remain mindful of divine truth at all times and engage life in a sacred and blessed way. So, as we expand in individual and collective consciousness, we align ourselves with spirit, moving forward and upward without distraction. We stay focused on the truth now and always, engaging in sacred activism to guide us on our journey. Together and individually, we are powerful and mighty. And I'll leave you with this quote. We are partners in all of this, each of us contributing, doing what we can do best. I see not a top rung and a bottom rung. I see all this horizontally, and I see our partnership as part of a matrix. Every human being has a purpose and a destiny that exists in each of us. And that brings us to our affirmation of the week. I live on purpose and in service to life. And so now it's time for updates at our center. If you are interested in learning more about the Science of Mind teaching, we do offer courses both via Zoom as well as in person. So connect with me or check our website to find out details of upcoming classes. We have also offerings of meditations and book studies. And if there's one in particular that you are interested in, please let me know so that we can arrange for those as well. And accredited courses are resuming this month. So if you are in need of second year practitioner studies in Spanish, we will be starting this tomorrow, September 15th, and they will be on every Monday thereafter. And if there's another course, again, please let me know if you would like to have one offered specifically to help you on your path. And if you would like to have a one-on-one session for spiritual mind treatment, please contact me. And if you would like to be a committed member of the Center for Spiritual Living here in Vallarta, please contact me so that you can be sent the current form, as membership does renew annually. And also, if you would like to be a member of our Board of Trustees, then please contact me as well for the application form for that. I'd also like to remind you to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Facebook page. We record each of these weekly sessions onto our YouTube page. So if you could kindly like as well as subscribe, as it does affect our, I've forgotten the word, but it makes our page more accessible to others so that they can be brought in as well. And so now it's time for mindful giving and financial support of our spiritual home. We rely on your support to continue our center here in Vallarta so that we can continue offering this powerful teaching of the science of mind. And we bless the financial gifts that you give today. Every donation is greatly appreciated, no matter the amount. Donations can be made using PayPal or Tithely on our website, www.cslpv.org. When you arrive on the landing page, you'll see the donate buttons there, as well as on the page where you find the weekly talks. Alternatively, you can still send in a paper check by mailing it to CSLPV number 403 2125 Birch Road, Kelowna, BC, V1Y8M1. And now please join me in our offertory affirmation. I know that my giving blesses and multiplies all that I am and all that I have and all that I give and receive. I do give eternal thanks for the abundance that is mine to share. So thank you for coming and sharing this time together. And let's continue practicing peace. We can each be a force for peace and nonviolence. Our words and our actions create ripples of peace all around us and beyond. Peaceful living includes acting with compassion, kindness, and consideration. And it also includes standing up against injustice. September 19th is the International Day of Peace. True peace is not simply the absence of conflict. It's the presence of justice, compassion, and mutual respect. It grows in the soil of our shared humanity, where every person is valued and every voice matters. When we embrace peace as a spiritual practice, we become builders of bridges instead of walls, listeners instead of shouters, healers instead of hurters. Peace is not passive. It is an active daily choice to align with the highest good, to see the divine in each other, and to shape a world where we can all thrive. In The Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes said, "Peace is the power at the heart of God." When we live from that center, we become living testaments to the truth that peace is possible. Today, more than ever, we need to stand for peace. So hug your friends, hug your loved ones, and hug your neighbor. May peace and love be with you. Blessings to all. Namaste.